So today's video is about line and dot plots. So what is a line plot? A line plot is a graph that shows frequency of data along a number line, and frequency is how often you see something. And it's best to use a line plot when comparing fewer than 25 numbers. So if you have a lot of data, with a lot of different data points, you don't really want to use a line plot, but it's really good for small sets of data. So like you can see here, we have our number line at the bottom. This is talking about the number of children in the family, and so they basically surveyed and asked people how many children they had in their family. And this is the number of people who said 0, this is the number who said 1, this is who said 2, 3, 4, and who said 5. And it's almost like a bar graph, but you actually get to just see the X's representing the bars. And a dot plot, very similar to a line plot, except that instead of using dots, it's going to use, instead of using X's, it's going to use dots. So let's create a line plot for the following set of data. So these are the ages of students in the 6th grade class. So we have all of these different numbers, and we're going to basically plot them onto our line plot. So as you can see, we see that the lowest age is 10 and the highest age is 12. So really those are the only numbers that we need to show. And then we're just basically going to put X's for each time we see a number. So we see the number 11 once. So we're going to put an X here, and then each time I see something, I'm actually going to cross it out so I don't put something on there more than once. So the next number is 11 again, so I'll put another X, and then again cross it out. The next number is 12, I'll put another X for 12, and then again cross it out. Then I see 10, so I'll put an X there, cross that out. I see 11, I'll put another X with 11, and then again cross that out. And the reason I'm crossing things out is because I don't want to put something into my line plot more than once, and I also don't want to forget a number. So then I've got 12 again, I'll put that here, cross that out. I see 11 again, so I'm going to put another one, cross that out. So as you can see, it's really simple to do. You're just literally going through every time you see a certain number, you put an X on it and then cross that number out. So we see 12 again, we're going to cross that out. We see 11 again. And this gives you a way to see which things are most popular, which are not as popular. It just gives you a display. So as we're looking at our display, we can see that there are certain ages in 6th grade that are more popular than others. And we can see that 11 years old is pretty popular, and so is 12, and that 10 is not as popular. So you're not going to see as many 10-year-olds in the 6th grade as you do 11 and 12-year-olds. So once I've gone through and I've plotted all of my points, I'm done. And then I can label it. And so I've labeled it ages of students in the 6th grade. So that's my line plot. So if I want to create a dot plot, again, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to go through. Every time you see a piece of data, you're just going to put a dot in its place. And then you're going to cross it out because, you don't want to repeat something. So we're going to create a dot plot for M&Ms in a bag. So you have different color M&Ms, so we're going to just do a dot plot based on each color that we see. So the first color we pick out is a red M&M, so we're going to put a dot for that. Then we pick out the next color, which is yellow, and then we're going to put a dot for that. Next color we see in our bag is green, so we're going to put a dot over green. Next color we see is red again, so we're going to put a dot over the red. The next color we see is a blue M&M, so we're going to put a dot over our blue. Then we see an orange M&M, so we're going to put a dot over our orange. Then we see a blue M&M again, so we're going to put a dot over our blue. Then we see a yellow, so we see another yellow. Then we've got another red. Then we have a brown M&M. Then we see that we have a green M&M. And we have another blue M&M. Then we have another green. Then we have an orange M&M. And then we have a red M&M. The next color we pulled out of our bag was a brown M&M. Then after the brown, we pulled out another orange M&M. Then we pulled out another red M&M. and then we pulled out another blue. And from here you can see which color was the most popular. You can also kind of look in and see if, you know, M&Ms, is that company pretty fair for the amount of M&Ms they put in there of each color. And we've got about the same amount. We got a little bit more red than the rest, but we've got about 2 or 3 of every single color. So it seems like the bad would be pretty even. So a line plot and a dot plot, it gives you a display of the data using X's or using dots. It's very similar to a bar graph, but instead of just seeing a bar, you actually get to see how many actually fall in each category. All right, go ahead and teach the tiger something you learned in today's video.